Embedding files as resources in a Delphi executable. You can learn how to create your own software for any situation with the excellent software requirements unleashed. If you need to know how to embed icons, cursors, animated cursors, bitmaps, JPEG images, WAV files, text files, and any other file inside a Delphi executable, just keep reading. Embedding files as resources in a Delphi executable. It is possible to embed any kind of file in an executable using resource files, star.res. Certain kinds of resources are recognized by the API and can be used directly. Others are simply taken as binary data and it's up to you to use them. In this article we will see examples of both kinds. To create the resource file we start with the source file, star.rc, for example named resources.rc, which is a simple text file that contains the resource entries, name, class, and file sample _bmp bitmap sample.bmp sample _ico icon sample.ico sample _cursor sample.cur sample _ani ana cursor sample.ani sample _jpg jpeg sample.jpg sample _wave sample.wave sample _text sample.text. The names of the resources, sample _bmp, sample _ico, etc., are arbitrary. The kind of resource may be one recognized by the APIs, bitmap, icon, cursor, or arbitrary, JPEG, WAV, text. The file names specify the files that will be included in the .res file, and later in the .exe. Now we have to compile the .rc file to produce the .res file. For that we can use the Borland resource compiler, brcc32.exe, that you can probably find in Delphi's bin folder. It's a simple command line utility that expects the name of the source file as parameter, c:\Delphi \p0025 brcc32 resources Borland resource compiler version 5.40 copyright C 1999 Enterprise Corporation. All rights reserved. c:\Delphi \p0025 to instruct the linker to embed the resource file in the executable. We use the resource file directive $r or $resource in our Pascal hours code. $r resources.res. Loading the resources in your application is easy for the recognized resources like bitmap, icon, and cursor since the Windows API provides functions load bitmap, load icon, and load cursor respectively. to get handles for these elements, that for example we can assign to the handle property of the corresponding object. Image1.picture.bitmap.handle equals load bitmap, h instance, sample underscore bmp, icon.handle equals load icon, h instance, sample underscore ico, screen.cursors1 equals load cursor, h instance, sample underscore cur. For more alternatives when loading image resources, see the API load image. Other resources are a little bit more difficult to manage. Let's start with JPEG images. The following function uses tResource_Stream to load the resource as a stream that will be loaded into a tJPEG image object. Function getResource as JPEG, const resName, string tJPEG image, var stream, tResource_Stream, begin stream equals tResource_Stream.create, h instance, resName, JPEG, try result equals tJPEG image.create, result.load from stream, stream, finally stream.free, and, example, var jpg, tJPEG image, begin // jpg equals get resource as JPEG, sample underscore jpg, image2.picture.bitmap.assign, jpg, jpg.free, // and, for WAV files we need a pointer to the resource loaded in memory, and for a text file we need to load a resource in a string. We can do it using tResource_Stream, but let's see an example using the API function getResource as pointer, resName, char, resType, char, outsize, long word pointer, var info block, HRSRC, global memory block, global, begin info block equals find resource, h instance, resName, resType. If info block equals 0 then raise exception.create, sys error message, get last error, size equals size of resource, h instance, info block, if size equals 0 then raise exception.create, sys error message, get last error, global memory block equals load resource, h instance, info block, if global memory block equals 0 then raise exception.create, sys error message, get last error, result equals lock resource, global memory block, if result equals nil then raise exception.create, sys error message, get last error, and, function get resource as string, resName, char, resType, char string, var resData, pchar, resize, long word, begin rest data equals. Get resource as pointer, resName, restype, resize, set string, result, rest data, resize, and sample calls, var sample underscore wave, pointer, procedure tform1.form create, sender, tObject, var size, long word, begin. Sample underscore wave equals get resource as pointer, sample underscore wave, wave, size, memo1.lines.text equals get resource as string, sample underscore text, text, and once we have the wave resource loaded into memory, we can play it as many times as we want by using the API snd play sound declared in the system unit. Procedure tform1.button one click, sender, tObject, begin snd play sound, sample underscore wave, snd underscore memory, or snd underscore node fault or snd underscore async, and there are some resources, like fonts and animated cursors, that can't be used from memory. We necessarily have to save these resources to a temporary disk file and load them from there. The following function saves a resource to a file. Procedure save resource as file, const resName, string, restype, char, const file name, string, begin with tResourceStream.create, h instance, resName, restype, do try save to file, file name, finally free, and the following function makes use of the previous one to save a resource in a temporary file. Function save resource as temp file, const resName, string, restype, char string, begin. Result equals create temp file, save resource as file, resName, restype, result, and the discussion of the function create temp file falls beyond the scope of this article, and its implementation can be seen in the example attached to the newsletter. The following function makes use of save resource as temp file to save an animated cursor resource to a temporary file. Then it loads the cursor from the file with load image and finally deletes the temporary file. The function returns the handle returned by load image. Function get resource as on cursor, const resName, string h cursor, var cursor file, string, begin cursor file equals save resource as temp file, resName, ana cursor, result equals load image, 0, pchar, cursor file, image underscore cursor, 0, 0, lr underscore default size or lr underscore load from file, delete file, cursor file. If result equals 0, then raise exception. Create sys error message, get last error, and sample call screen. Cursors1 equals get resource as on e cursor, sample underscore on e, form1. Cursor equals 1. Well, that's it. I hope you find it useful. You can find more information about resource files in the MSDN library, http://msdn.microsoft.com/n-us/winui/h/winui/rc_6cs3.asp. You can find the full source code of this article in the archive that accompanies the Pascal newsletter number 25.